afternoon, Yaladim, and welcome back for more Children's Torah Stories. Today, we have reached the story that comes at the end of the Torah. This story is about Moshe saying goodbye to the Jewish people. It's not going to be the end of our Torah stories. I'm going to tell you more even tomorrow and afterwards. But this is Moshe's last story because Moshe has now finished his time being the boss of the Jewish people, leading and helping the Jewish people. It's now finished that whole 40 years, and the Jewish people are right by the edge of the land of Israel. Is Moshe going to be able to go in with the Jewish people to the land of Israel? No, unfortunately not, because of what he did wrong. Maybe hitting the rock instead of talking, maybe saying, should we bring out water? Maybe making like he was angry with the Jewish people. But whatever it was, Moshe now is not going to be going in with the Jewish people. And Moshe says, please Hashem, please, oh please, please, oh please, oh please, please, oh please, oh please, please, please. I just want to check, can everyone else hear? I can see that Verana and Sheva can't hear. Others can hear, right? Verana, I think it's your side, I'm afraid. You need to connect your audio. So Moshe says to Hashem, please, oh please, Hashem, can I go into the land of Israel? And Hashem says, Moshe, I'm really sorry, but you can't. You need someone else to bring the Jewish people into the land. Do you remember who that is? That is Yehoshua. That is Joshua, who's going to be the new boss of the Jewish people. So Moshe said, you know what, Hashem, maybe I won't be the boss of the Jewish people. I'll go into the land of Israel, but not as the boss. How about that? Yehoshua can still be the boss, and I'll be like Yehoshua's helper. Can I do that, Hashem? So Hashem said, well, Moshe, you can try it if you like. What do you think, guys? Do you think Moshe is going to enjoy it or not? It didn't work at all because they were sitting all together and Yehoshua said, oh, we need to get this book. Moshe, please go get me the book. And Moshe had to go get the book for Yehoshua. That wasn't the way that Moshe was used to doing it. And then Yehoshua said, who knows the answer to this question? And Moshe said, me, I know the answer. Yehoshua said, Moshe, you've already had a chance to answer. Let's give someone else the chance to answer. And suddenly, from being the teacher of the whole Jewish people and the boss of the whole Jewish people, Moshe now was not going to be the boss anymore. And he said, you know what? It's okay. I don't have to. I understand that I can't lead the Jewish people into the land of Israel and that I will stay outside. But you know something else good about Moshe being outside of Israel is that this means that he gets to guide, or he gets to stay with the people that he took out of Egypt. All the people that he took out of Egypt, almost all of them, are staying in the desert. And this way, Moshe, just like them, will be staying in the desert. One day, they'll come back again. But until then, Moshe will be with the rest of them. Well, Moshe says, okay, if this is my last chance to teach and help the Jewish people before I go into Israel, then I need to give them some very important messages. And that's what Moshe started doing. He started telling them about different things they're going to have when they come to the land of Israel. Jewish people, when you come into the land of Israel, you are going to see many strong nations, people who are stronger than you, and there are a lot more of them. If you go in with a small army, they might have a huge army, and you might get scared. But Jewish people, do not get scared. Hashem will be there with you. Hashem will help you, and you must just be strong, because you know that Hashem is on your side. But you need to remember the things that you do, you're going to do for Hashem, not just because it makes it nice for you. Then Moshe said there's something else you need to know when you get into the land of Israel. You need to find a special place. And in that special place, you will make a home for Hashem. And that is going to be the most special holy place in the whole wide world. Yeladim, do any of you know what is that city called? What is the city where there is a special place for Hashem? Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim is the name of the special place where we build Hashem's special home. So Moshe says that we must go to Yerushalayim. Moshe didn't tell them the name of the place. That was only coming later. But Moshe said, Jewish people, when you go into the land of Israel, there will be a special place where you will go for Hashem, and you will build Hashem a beautiful home, even more beautiful than the Mishkan. And whenever you want to give Hashem a present, that's when you go. And actually, you must go 3 times every year. Do you know which 3 times you would go? To the Beit HaMikdash, to Hashem's special home. The 3 special chags, Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. Exactly. So that is, Moshe says, where you must go to Hashem's special place. We don't have the Beit HaMikdash anymore, but we still have the city of Yerushalayim, and we still have the place where the Beit HaMikdash used to be. We still have the wall around the mountain. And on top of that mountain was the Beit HaMikdash. What do we call that wall around the mountain, Yeladim? The Kotel. That Kotel is the wall around the mountain of Hashem's special place. So then Moshe said to Jewish people, there are some other things you need to remember. When you go into the land of Israel and everything seems so great and you are having a lovely time and you have plenty of money and you have everything that you need and so much food, maybe you're going to say, oh, I don't need Hashem anymore. I got this all myself. Do you think that's true? That the Jewish people got it all themselves without Hashem? No, what a crazy thing to think. But Moshe says, Jewish people, I know maybe you might think that. Maybe you might say, it's fine. We don't need Hashem. Look what a wonderful life we've got. No, says Moshe. You must always remember that all the lovely things you have all of those things because Hashem gave them to you. Because that is the special present from Hashem. And you know one of the best ways to remember this, Yeladim? Every single day, after we eat food, we say, thank you, Hashem, for the food. That's what Hashem says. The way you will remember that this is not just, it's so nice, I did it myself. The way you'll remember it's a special present from Hashem is that every time you eat food, you say, thank you, Hashem, for the food. And that's called benching or birkat hamazon. That's what we say after we eat food, especially after we eat bread. And Moshe started telling them even more laws. And he said that when you build a house, you must make sure that the house is safe. Don't have dangerous things in your house. Make sure that nobody would get hurt. And he said to them, there's one thing you must always remember. This is one of the last things that Moshe said to the Jewish people. And it's something I'm sure you all know. Moshe said, Jewish people, you must always know that Hashem is one. Do you know how we say that in Hebrew? Jewish people, you must always know that Hashem is one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. That was one of the things Moshe taught the Jewish people on one of his last days. Then, before he went, Moshe wrote down the whole Torah 13 times. That's a lot of writing. His hand must have been really sore after he did all of that. And he gave one Torah to each of the 12 tribes and one Torah to keep in the Aron Kodesh, in the holy ark, that special box with gold and wood, so that the Jewish people would always have that. That's where he kept the 10 Commandments as well. Moshe put that all together and he gave them each a Torah and he said, this is Hashem's Torah. Please guard it carefully and always teach. Hey, I can see you've got a little Torah as well. Guard it carefully and always teach that to your children. Is this also the Torah? And always teach it to your children. Then Hashem said, Moshe, remember who's going to be the boss after you? Yehoshua. And Moshe went and he said, Yehoshua, be strong, be brave. You are going to have a difficult job. It's not going to be so easy for you. There are times when it's going to be really hard and maybe you will feel like you don't have energy anymore. But Yehoshua, be strong, believe in Hashem, always do the right thing, and you will be fine. And Yehoshua said, okay, thank you, Moshe. And then Hashem said, Moshe, I want you to go up the mountain. This mountain is called Har Nevo. Go up the mountain, Har Nevo, the mountain of Nevo. And Moshe went up the mountain. He went up the mountain and he stayed up the mountain at Har Nevo. And Hashem said, Moshe, look out over the whole land of Israel. Moshe looked at the land of Israel and he saw the mountains of Yerushalayim, and he saw the deserts of Beersheba, and he saw the beaches of Tel Aviv, and he saw the mountains of Haifa. And Moshe looked over that whole beautiful country, and Hashem said, Moshe, you can see the whole land of Israel. You're not going to be able to go in, but before you go, you can see the whole land. And then Moshe said goodbye to the Jewish people. And Moshe lay down on Har Nevo and he died, which means he went back to being with Hashem. And the Jewish people realized that this time Moshe was not going to come back to them. And they all remembered all the amazing things that Moshe had done. Moshe was so good to us. Moshe helped Hashem take us out of Egypt. Moshe went up to Har Sinai and got the Torah for us. Moshe even smashed the Torah when he saw the Jewish people praying to the golden calf. And Moshe helped the Jewish people build the Mishkan, the special home for Hashem. I don't have the golden calf with me now. But Moshe did all these amazing things for the Jewish people. He was the best leader we ever had. And he did it all because he loved Hashem so much and he loved the Jewish people so much. And when the Jewish people realized that they weren't going to have Moshe anymore, do you know what they did? They started crying. Moshe is gone. We're not going to have our Moshe with us anymore. I wish we could still keep our Moshe for a little while. Well, I'm sorry to say, Yaladim, they weren't going to have their Moshe anymore. But you know what they would have? They would have Moshe's Torah. And they would have all the stories about Moshe and all the great things that Moshe did and the way that he helped. And as long as we are learning Moshe's Torah, and as long as we are doing the mitzvot from Hashem that Moshe told us, then it is like Moshe is still with us. But the time came, that's for me to talk into, but the time came for Moshe to go and for Yehoshua to take over. And that is the end of the 5 books of the Torah. But Yeladim, we didn't start right at the beginning. We started at the story of Yosef. So from tomorrow, we are going to go all the way back to the beginning of the Torah, to the beginning of time, to Hashem making the whole world, because that's how it works in Torah. Anytime we finish, we start again from the beginning. And do you know how many days Hashem used to create the world? Show me with your fingers. How many days did it take Hashem to make the world? I'm seeing 6 days. I am seeing 7 days. That is great. Both of what you're saying is correct. And what we're going to learn about next time is how the world was completely empty and dark. And the very first thing Hashem made was lights. And there's all kinds of other amazing things Hashem made. But we will learn all about that next time. But for now, we say goodbye to Moshe. Moshe, thank you for all that you taught us and all that you did for us. I will see you next time. I'll see you again, Yeladim. Bye.